too much success with all their insightful views. Do you grow yourself or buy from the top shelf? Are you here to take the reins and gain back your health? Whatever it is, you know the biz. Leave a light, crack a pipe, and let's get on with it. If you want to acquire the knowledge, you don't have to go to college. You can just come hang with Aaron and Dave.
Welcome to the Elevated News Podcast with Two Dope Dudes. We're a podcast focused on discussing local and national cannabis news and culture. I am Aaron, here in the flesh.
In the what?
In the flesh.
Oh, he is, and I am too.
He is too. We're not just skeletons in meat sacks. Well, maybe we are.
Well, okay.
It depends on how many drugs you do.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. What's going on?
Just another day, and it's raining.
It's raining.
It was hailing. That's why it took me a few extra minutes to get here.
It's cool.
Yeah. I went to go walk outside, and I said, well, I don't want to get hit by all that.
Yeah, no, fuck that shit.
Mm-hmm. Literally walked out the front door, and it started dropping pellets.
Oh, that sounds like big enough to dent the car. I don't want to go outside.
Whatever. My
yeah.
car's dented.
I mean,
It got hit recently on the street, and then nobody could do anything about it. This is the fucking whatever.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was when you just got it too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's
all
awesome.
right. That's life. That's what all the people say. You're riding high in April, shot down in May. Let's go, brother.
Is that a thing?
If you know.
I did not know that.
Oh.
That's legitimately crazy. Oh man. Chill out on that, my brother. What's up, brother?
What's up, brother?
What's up, brother? That's awesome, dude. I was just pulling up some stuff to talk about.
Oh, okay.
Why not this one?
Um,
Tell me what's new. How are you?
Let me tell you about things.
Yeah,
I'm fantastic. Well, you know, it's just the weather's getting better. Disc golf is happening
Yes,
when
it
I
is.
can, when I'm not. I'm working a lot,
I
man.
know you are. I barely get to talk to you anymore.
Oh, it's a demanding. It is demanding quite a bit of my attention right now, and I'm not against it. It feels like the like the first time I had a pink drink. You
Mhm.
know, got me all juiced up. I felt real good.
Right.
Then after a lot of them, I'm like, man, should I do this all the time? I don't know if this is good for me or not. You know?
I mean, do you
But-
think that's just working in general?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's also the thing that, like, I care so much about the thing. I don't know why. When I'm in there, I get, like, all, like, crackheady about making everything right.
Yeah.
And when I can't, like, be fully, at least understanding of why things are happening the way that they're happening, I try to wrap some mind around it so we can build a little
Understanding.
structure.
Understanding
You know?
and structure. Got it.
Little structure is good. And, yeah, as of now, we're just laying foundation, baby.
That's awesome, man.
That's it.
I know you're doing a lot of stuff over there. We've talked about it. You know, I'm for it. Like I said, I couldn't be more happy for you to be involved with a licensed dispensary again. Back in the
It is another perspective. After being on
and we're going
this
to talk
side
more
and
about
back
that
on
later. How
side.
that's going to be fantastic coming up.
Yeah, I mean, it is fantastic for everybody. Anybody who's listening right now,
Mhm.
me being immersed in the other side of it is a beautiful thing.
Mhm.
Because I don't really lie about anything. Like, I'll just tell you the truth about the
Yeah.
things when things are. I think right now things are okay, right? Like, I
Yeah.
just have an individual instance of, like, me working a ton to get back in control. We're missing a bunch of manpower and stuff, so whatever. And the people who used to be in control of everything are all gone, so now nobody knows what's going on, and you got to find somebody, right? So I'm
Yeah.
figuring it out. But no, it's good. I think things are good. I think it'll help. Maybe I can be the bridge from both sides, you know? Let everybody come together,
Yeah.
you know?
I mean, regardless, never stop looking for ways to come together or come back or,
Grow.
bridge a gap. You know, well, it definitely goes back to constant, never-ending improvement.
Boom. Heard
But
that.
like I don't think there should always be like a path to redemption or a path to get there. Like just because something went bad before doesn't mean you can't, forgive or forget. It's probably more important for individual people to forgive just to kind of get over it. And that's a lot of people hold on to that, and that's unfortunate. There's a lot of hate and holding on to
Yeah, I mean,
stuff.
the,
But there's always a way to make it better. Don't let perfect become the enemy of good. You know what I'm
I
saying?
like that.
That's what I always say.
No, I think that's the thing too. Yesterday is yesterday, right? Like when
Mhm.
it comes to some things in life, yesterday is yesterday. It's a learning experience. It's
Right.
not we don't have to
It's a
hold
data
it at,
set. You can just use it as data. You
right,
know what I mean? Like this is how that went. So if I do that, it's that.
right. No, and I don't know. I literally have the words "learn from yesterday, live for today" tattooed across my chest because it was supposed to say "hope for tomorrow."
Oh.
But you probably know, like when he was tattooing me
Oh
up
yeah.
here,
Oh
I
yeah.
felt like my nipples were
Um,
getting tattooed, and I was like, "Bro, are you?" And he was like, "No, no, no." I'm like, "This is the worst ever." But then
yeah.
also like sternum,
Sternum is terrible.
bro. I was like,
Yeah.
"Bro, are you in my throat? Like, what are you
It'll
doing?"
it'll make you want to punch babies in the face.
Oh,
That's how I describe it. Getting your dishes tattooed will make you want to punch babies.
that is what I've heard.
That'll make
is
you want
the
to punch babies right in
oh
their cute little face.
oh
Oh, it's so bad. That's why I don't get tattooed anymore.
no
No, I can't do it. My
no.
whole skeleton wants to jump out of the meat bag of,
Nah.
and it's just like, hey, this is hot fire. This is
Yeah.
hot fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, do not like. Shout out to people who can.
Hey,
It's
and
not
yeah.
me no more.
No, I got buddies who own shops. And
Yeah,
stuff, so
same.
we're in good. Yeah, we're in good shape.
I like it.
I'm
I
all
like
for
this
the
place.
art and for people who want it, but for this guy,
Yeah, no.
I'm okay.
No, I'm good. I have enough tattoos now. All the other
Yeah.
places I would get tattooed, like my stomach, the rest of my chest, and stuff like that. It's too painful. I'm good. I'm not that.
Yeah.
I'm not that.
And like, cannabis is real good at everything, but it is not good at masking shit like that
Mm-mm.
kind of pain.
Mm-mm.
No, it's not like that's the whole thing.
There's
too.
not enough Bactine to. No.
No, and I think that's another thing too. A lot of people sometimes use the cannabis to try and ease the aggressive pains like that.
No, that's
It's
not
like,
good for
nah.
them.
Now we have to put some level of limitation on what pain means for some people, right? Like this thing is more a symptomatic reliever, and though pain is a symptom,
Mm-hmm.
this is better for like inflammation, spasticity,
Yeah.
headaches,
Yeah.
nausea, things of that nature. The pain word is just it's so inclusive.
It's relative. You know what I mean?
It's also individual.
Well, that's what I
Because
mean.
If there's
It's
thresholds for you
Yeah.
and you feel a certain level and I can go through it, then like what does that word actually mean to some?
right.
But to consistently be sore or achy or whatever because of inflammation or spasticity equates easier to solvability for yourself instead of constantly claiming ow, ow, ow,
Right.
pain, 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 which, yes, you're not lying, but can you put a scientific purpose behind what you're saying? And that means, like, I'm inflamed here because I have muscle issues, I have fibromyalgia, I have certain things, a condition that might deteriorate me at a different rate, but it's easy to point and go, ow, where getting tattooed.
Man, that's just nothing. Well, that's just a dermabrasion, like, it's basically like a surface wound. It's like road rash, basically.
Yeah,
Sustained road rash.
yeah.
It's super fun. Hell yeah. Do you want to do plugs real quick?
Plug it up.
And we can get into. I want to talk about some YouTube comments real quick, and then we can get on talking about what we are talking about today.
Let's hear about it.
If you grow, you know. Having the right gear for your home garden makes all the difference. That's why you need to get on board with Crop Culture's quarterly home grower boxes.
Crop Culture releases insane value boxes every 3 months packed with premium seeds, growing equipment, and unique extras tailored for those who want to plant with a purpose.
But that's not all. Coming soon, they're launching monthly crop drops, where you can snag a pack or two of Fire Genetics along with must-have gardening accessories like AC Infinity's legendary trimming scissors.
We're talking stickers, mystery goodies, and deeply discounted bundles you won't find anywhere else. Just an easy one-time purchase with no commitment.
Their current quarterly box is an absolute steal, featuring top-shelf genetics, a pH meter or smell-proof bag, monitoring tools, fermented plant probiotics, and more.
And for our listeners, use the code 2DOPEDUDES for $10 off any purchase of $100 or more at cropculture.net.
So whether you want the full quarterly experience or just need a regular re-up, Crop Culture's got you covered.
Level up your garden and score some gear that'll have your plants standing tall. If you grow, you know you need to check them out at cropculture.net before sold-out regret sets in. Let them help you plant with a purpose. Hey, Canna Curious connoisseurs, are you looking to elevate your wellness routine? Take it up a notch with Mr. CBD Chicago.
That's right, dude. They've got everything you need from their brand new El Jefe line with CBD and THC sprays for a discreet and convenient dose, to their legendary Moonrock matte bottle rockets and the always satisfying Spliff Society pre-rolls.
And listen up, 2Dope Dude listeners. Use the code 2DOPEDUDES at checkout for 10% off your entire order at MrCBDChicago.com. That's right, 10% off.
So ditch the stress and embrace the good vibes with Mr. CBD Chicago. Head over to their website today. Just remember, use the code 2DOPEDUDES for that sweet discount. You're not going to regret it. Hey there, fellow plant enthusiasts. Tired of using chemical fertilizers that harm your soil and the environment?
We feel you. That's why we want to introduce you to Green Grow Biological.
Green Grow offers organic soil amendments packed with beneficial bacteria and mycorrhizae fungi like their popular Pride Bloom fertilizer and flower finisher.
These little powerhouses work together to improve your soil health, helping your plants grow strong and healthy naturally. Whether you're a seasoned gardener or just starting out, Green Grow has something for you.
And because Green Grow is committed to sustainable practices, you can feel good about what you're putting into your home and garden.
Head over to thegreengrow.com to learn more about their amazing products and how they can help you take your gardening to the next level.
And listen up, because here's a special offer just for our listeners. Use the code 2DOPEDUDES for 10% off your entire order at thegreengrow.com.
That's 2DOPEDUDES for 10% off at greengrow.com. Happy planting!
You can find us, the Elevated News Podcast, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all your other favorite streaming and podcast apps. The Two Dope Dudes YouTube channel. Please continue to give us likes, comments, subscribes. We appreciate it. We just hit over 6,000 views, which is awesome. You can find us on supportdopepeople.com along with links to our other pods and stickers. I just sent some stuff out. Yeah. Hey, don't get us canceled with the fake ASL, please.
Yeah.
You will be an asshole.
You
asshole. I don't know. Email us 2dopedudespodcast@gmail.com for all your questions or things you'd like to talk about. We have about 5 people that have emailed us would like to come on the podcast, Dave. Let's get a schedule down. We need to start.
Well, I don't have a schedule right now.
Well, we gotta figure something.
Yeah.
We'll figure something out. And then your plug's right there.
Oh, hey, what are you doing on Thursday? You needing to question me about cannabis use?
You like weed and want question answer me?
Do you think about weed sometimes and you're like, I just want to hang out with some other weed people?
Yep.
And then, maybe we'll make some jokes. Maybe we'll make some songs. Maybe we'll play some games. Just to kind of kill some time. But listen, I'm there for anybody who really wants to know anything about cannabis and its uses as a medicine. I'm not a medical professional, but by golly, to discredit all the fucking time that I spent in the face of medical cannabis patients, it sucks, man. To not
He's
be
not
able
a
to be
medical professional, but he is a adjacent aficionado.
Yeah, I'm a liaison. I don't even know what that means.
Yeah.
I do know what it means, but I don't think.
You have a lot of hours in the field, and that's what's important.
Anecdotal evidence to the maximum, and enough time for scientific study as well. So
Yeah.
There is
Speaking of,
that.
I sent you that slide. Did you happen to get a look at what they were presenting?
No.
Okay.
No. You know what? I sent it to my email at work,
Uh-huh.
and every morning I go in there, and then there's more emails.
Yeah,
man.
I know.
And I can't ever get down through all of them. There's so many emails.
I know.
I want to figure out how to AI my emails so bad.
Oh, we got to talk after the podcast, by the way.
Okay, I like that. I like when I say AI and people go, "We have to talk."
Oh,
That's
we have
fire.
to talk.
Oh, artificial intelligence gets me so. I'm not gonna even say it, but yeah.
Actually, I'll just edit this part out. AI dispensary ordering. We need to.
I thought about that a long time. There's some really good ideas where actually in the future, I believe that's going to be a thing.
Did you see? Did you see the Wendy's AI ordering?
No. What a smooth. No, this is literally what I want to do, though. I want to figure out, and this is what I've been trying to actually figure out AI for, because I genuinely believe.
Bacon double stack.
Sauce for the biggie bag nugget.
So, can I get barbecue sauce?
Which drink for bacon double stack biggie bag?
A Coke, please.
Welcome to Wendy's. What would you like?
Hi, can I get one bacon double stack biggie bag?
Biggie bag.
What sauce for the biggie bag nuggets?
Can I get
What
barbecue
else?
sauce?
Which drink for bacon double stack biggie bag?
What
A
else?
Coke, please.
Which drink for bacon double stack biggie bag?
A Coca-Cola.
Got it. Anything else?
Also, can I get a Dave's Classic Single?
Got it. Anything else?
On that Dave's Classic Single, can I get no cheese and extra pickles?
Would you like anything else?
Damn, she's getting annoying.
What
Can I
else?
get extra cheese? Extra pickles on the Dave's Single.
Anything else?
Can I get no cheese on the Dave's Single? Accurate.
Hell yeah.
All right.
So yeah. Anyway.
No, I think it's a thing of the future, actually.
Yeah.
I think everything will go to that.
We'll have to get the laws changed, but it's just wordings. Hell yeah. So you want to talk about some let's do some YouTube comments real quick. So Inside 420 on the Elevated News Podcast with Two Dope Dudes. That was episode something. 42 maybe? 43? 43. Chillinois, thanks for the shout out for his project, Cowboy Cole. Cowboy Cole, love you. Sorry, we're trying to, everybody's schedules is just, I talked to you yesterday.
I'm sorry.
It's cool.
I put myself on the schedule for 8 or 9 hours, and then I'm there for 12. So
Yeah.
that's my fault. Well, it's not really. I like it.
Yeah.
I'm okay. We'll get together soon. Thank you.
Yeah. Big ups from Josh. Love that dude. Elite Cut Genetics.
Oh, hell yeah.
We just hit 1,000 followers or over 1,000 followers on Instagram. I'm gonna be giving away some Elite Cut Genetic seeds that were donated
Oh, yeah.
for that giveaway. So
That's super cool.
hopefully that's out by the time this episode's out next week.
That's super cool.
Cole says he saw the eclipse. It was awesome. Gotta agree with Dave. It's a must see.
I literally, in 7 years, there's a chance that I travel for it, and it will be like across seas.
Mhm.
And I don't fly. And flying
Right.
that far terrifies me, but for an eclipse, my brain's like, I think you could just deal with it because
Mhm.
the end result is so fucking cool.
We got to talk to our friend Farah. I know she just got back and see what her eclipse experience was. She's on Smoking with Savages this Saturday. She's recording
Nice.
this Saturday with them.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's dope.
So, We hope you liked our episode with Farah. We had a lot of fun, and she's awesome, and we should get her on again at some point
Yeah,
this
I'm into
year.
that.
I mean, you know, we've
Super
got,
into
like
that.
I said, we've got like 5 people. Speaking of people who are going to be coming on, John Voight. I'm definitely a Woodland Warrior from the War on Cannabis, also a veteran, for real.
Ooh,
So he would like to come on and talk
hell
about
yeah.
this stuff.
I would love that. Super into it.
Imagine when insurance companies pay for cannabis to be prescribed for medical patients. Imagine when. You know, John, I want to tell you, the imagine when may be sooner than you think.
Yeah. Also, too, imagine when healthcare was affordable for everybody and we didn't have to fall to these fucking big schemes called insurance to fucking pretend that,
Sure.
you know, but that's a whole nother app.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yes, I think that is a thing of the future. And there's already, honestly, I know people who have loopholed themselves into using their medicine money that they get from their insurance companies to purchase cannabis with.
Yeah.
So there is some of that goes on if you know how to play the game.
Well, I believe it's going to be easier soon here.
It's going to be easier. It's going to have to be.
And then my mom says, ordered again from Sundrench Farms, I'm sorry, Mason, bumped up to 3,000 milligrams CBD oil. I know, because she just had shoulder surgery, and she was using that salve
Nice.
that I got from them down there.
Nice.
And they really liked it, and they really liked the gummies too. So shout out Sundrench Farms. Check them out on Instagram. They really put out some quality medicine, and if my mom likes it, you know, like, you should probably try it.
Hey,
if it's good enough for my mom.
Aaron accredited.
Yeah.
Mom approved.
Mom approved.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What was our other one? There was one that had a question. No, that was the same one. It's all right. Hey, the Growers Hangout Live with guest Midwest Terps and 6 Trio boys. I dropped that 2 days ago. That was fun. Thanks again for those guys coming on. And Marky for co-hosting.
I did see it drop. It actually might still be on my pull-down menu. I try to keep everything up there that I need to get to.
Yeah. Well, you know, if you see something, click on it. And if you're going to watch to the end, because if you turn it on and then turn it off,
it's bad.
It's actually bad.
Yeah.
So
no click through.
No click through.
Yeah, that's it.
So hey, it is May 7th.
May the 7th.
And I know everybody has been talking about May the 7th be with you. And also with you. And everybody's been talking about the rescheduling stuff last week, and you know, we're always like a week late or whatever.
No, it's okay, because
because
I told you my perspective, and I'll hammer it home here, and then we literally can post a
plenty
link.
Of time to talk about.
Yeah, we can post a link where everybody can go and see exactly what was said. My biggest thing with this rescheduling thing, it's funny because I was at work, okay? Somebody walks in and goes, "Did you hear about rescheduling? Cannabis got rescheduled."
No, it hasn't.
I said, "What?" That would be something that everybody in here would have known hours ago. If this is breaking news, we would have known about it a long time ago. So, tell me about it. What did you hear? Oh, well, somebody was saying something on Joe Rogan. And then I started laughing I was like, come on, man. First of all, when did Joe Rogan record this thing? Second of all, what were they talking about? And I didn't even go listen to the Joe Rogan thing. You should,
speaking of, you should watch like the first 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Well, watch all of it, but especially the first 25 minutes of the Tulsi Gabbard, who was just on Joe Rogan. They talk specifically about hemp, industrial hemp.
This is what people were talking about. And I said, I don't know what was said on that thing. we have all been talking about it for a while.
We've been talking about it for over a year.
Literally.
Couple of years on your stream and about a year on ours.
The Schedule 3 thing is what is proposed, right? That was the last proposed thing at all. And when a reporter asked the press secretary what the current president's was going to do with reform on cannabis, she said, well, the president still has the same stance, and he ran on this back in the day that he was looking for reform, and he's done all this stuff, and she tried to claim about how he's done everything for cannabis so far. We've watched it, all these expunged fucking whatever. It's a bunch of bullshit. It's a political ploy. There are still plenty of people locked up in fucking prison for goddamn cannabis.
They could change the law. Congress right now. And last year and the year before and the year before that, all the way back to Bill Clinton. All the way back to Bill Clinton, okay? Every Congress, Senate, president could have changed the law with the stroke of a pen.
It's
easy as that. The government is not set up to figure things out.
No, and then they left it in the fucking hands of the FDA?
Well,
or some bullshit.
Currently, it's
or the DEA, which is even fucking
the Drug Enforcement Administration.
Oh, which is, no, the DEA was advised by the FDA to
HHS basically, because they basically released their findings that they believed that it should be rescheduled and that there was medicinal use because there have been lots of studies out.
Bingo.
That's part of the problem with it being Schedule 1, and that's what they're pointing to. Go, well, all this potent marijuana, but if it's Schedule 3, at least we'll have the studies. Well, I don't want 50 more years of studies. I do.
I don't want 50 more years of DEA.
Right. Well, abolish
3 letters.
BLM, Bureau of Land Management, DEA, Federal Reserve, FBI, CIA, fucking all of them.
Yeah. No, and the DEA to me it doesn't like. I don't know, man. How do
ATF?
Yeah, I don't know how we allow people to die at the rate that we do because of the medicine they consume, but then we're so ready to fucking over criminalize something that's benefit far outweighs its negatives, and this is measurable now, not by hopes and prayers and fucking whatever. Science has enough out there for us to measure this shit. And we go, oh, well, Israel did the fucking science, so it's not American science. Who gives a flying fuck? You can read the shit and measure against, and we're just so behind times, and it's so weird that there isn't a movement on this thing. I've been talking about it literally through 3 presidencies about how each president is going to increase their fucking stance on cannabis every time. And this last one, he was like, oh, cannabis, oh, I need ice cream. But he said, and then now it's
and then he started touching his nose.
Yeah.
You can always tell when he gets tired, he starts.
I'm going to go to bed. But this fucking guy, he's talked about how he's gonna be some fucking gung-ho. It's the same shit he fucking did. I don't know, dude. I'm fucking over this fucking bullshit. There's some about government at this point right now that feels
I'm
really
so
fucking weird.
I love hanging out with developing friendships with friends and talking to them and just seeing their stance change to distrust and not like the system set up by the largest government in the history of the world. The largest government by any measure in the history of the world, and it's only getting bigger. How can it be so good? But yeah, I love seeing all my friends just go, sure seems like the government's fucked up, and I'm like, yes.
Well, dude, the thing is, every generation needs a revolution was stated by Thomas Jefferson, right? This is in the 1700s, this motherfucker, right? And he also then says it right afterwards, we don't have to revolutionize with guns and fucking bombs. That's not how, well, I don't think he said bombs back then. I don't know if he knew what that was. But he said, but we need to revolutionize with words. We need to be able to communicate better. We need to constantly be evolving for the betterment of the entirety. And at this point, we have some weird back and forths, and everybody, like, I think people are so fooled by this pick a side thing, and I think that I've been talking about it for years, like this constant debate of you picking a side. It doesn't matter what it is: religion, politics, sports, identity. Pick a fucking side, and then now you have something to combat the other side with. And it's like, for fucking what, dude? Yeah. Nobody even is like just doing their thing, and they're just fighting the other thing now. Yep. Everybody's just fighting the other thing. If you're in fucking hemp, you say fuck the cannabis industry. If you're in the cannabis industry, you say fuck the hemp industry. No. And you're fucking, it's like, what in the hell? People. Literally. Just, can we not break down these fucking barriers and figure out how to make the collective for all of us make sense?
You know what? I'm for the other 3-word companies that I believe in is Peace, Love, and Cope. Ooh. Love Green Culture. Ooh. Support Dope People. Ooh. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are the things that I believe in. Yeah. That's what we need to get to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's
let's start. I talk about the story of the Tower of Babel a lot. Like, we need to figure out how to Tower of Babel. We need to figure out how to collectively come together to build one collective thought process or something. And it doesn't have to be that 7 billion people across this entire rock.
Hey, it takes me too long. That's as many people as listen to our podcast. 7 billion. Yeah. That's crazy.
Well, Hey, if you're out there listening, it takes me too long to go from here to fucking Chicago. Yeah. You know what I mean? To get out to the fucking city, it takes too long. So I don't know fucking 12 people from here to there. So how the fuck are we supposed to pay attention to everybody, right? I don't know that we are. I think that
maybe what we're supposed to do is just
Jesus Christ.
Smoke some fucking weed in your collectives, in your little groups. Everybody support your little local groups. Yep. Figure out a way to communicate across from your little group to another little group, and let's start supporting each other again. But
hey, I'm sorry, everybody. I just realized I never hit record on the mics, so we're going to be going off of that audio for 30 minutes.
No.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, that's
fantastic.
Oof.
Oof.
Oofda. Hey,
not to fucking.
But listen, that little microphone, we're gonna find out how mighty it is.
It works fine. I'll just have to actually edit the audio
a little bit.
Yeah,
give it a little bit of some
smooth move, X-Lax.
I felt the. And then I looked over. Yeah, no, I thought, all right. Well, hey, listen. Welcome back to the Elevated News Podcast with
Two Dope Dudes.
Two half dudes. We're half here and half somewhere else.
Yeah, no kidding. So let's talk about what scheduling will and won't change. Okay.
I want to hear about
Let's talk about what it actually is and not what everybody else is, because this is actually what's important. Moving marijuana to Schedule 3 is recommended by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, which is what we said earlier. It carries some implications for state legal cannabis businesses. Basically, it means that if it's sent to Schedule 3, marijuana companies can take federal tax deductions that they have not been able to take under the IRS code known as 280E. So that's a good thing, because all the dispensaries having to deal with only cash or having to convert Bitcoin back in the day or some sort of like altcoin to purchase thing is
alternative
annoying.
ATM processes, because if your bank knows that you're processing as a cannabis company, they're allowed to hold your funds, so instead you process it as an ATM.
Right.
Yep. So there's processes out there to get through it, but
so that is a good thing. You know what I mean? It's also like we talked about earlier in the bad audio. It will allow more scientists and people to actually conduct studies, and that's also a good thing.
That's
I
a
just
good
don't want
thing.
another 50 years of studies.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
I do, but I don't.
What is going to get studied here that hasn't been studied somewhere else? And this is the part for me that fucking kills.
Yeah.
And this is why cannabis is cannabis at some point.
Mm-hmm.
What in the like the different cannabinoids have been experimented with. They've been lab tested.
Right.
We've seen terpenoids get experimented with and lab tested. We've seen it just doesn't matter. The plant itself has been ripped apart and probed in as many different ways. And is there some part of this plant that you might be able to unlock or do something with?
Sure.
Maybe, but is it going to revolutionize what cannabis is?
Yes
and,
and no. Probably not in the way that we want. We'll get to people start researching and doing too much to it, and it'll probably ruin the genetics further.
Well, and that's the whole thing, is that we'll have to preserve some genetics period so that there is old school. And then, well, you can take like jellyfish fucking DNA, put it into the fucking plant somehow, and then the shit can be iridescent and shit, right? Like there's different ways to code the genomes of the plant or whatever it is.
CRISPR's really cool for that.
Well, and so that's the whole thing. If you want to turn this thing into some fucking glow and tell, then go ahead, right? But that's so stupid. I don't want to smoke your glowing weed. I don't want to fucking have some weird colored shit. Honestly, to me, and that's what I talk about a lot, like the names of some things just don't matter to me.
Right.
They matter who they come from.
Correct.
Because whoever it is, their growing techniques of those certain plants can matter, because over a long period of time, there's going to be consistencies, ideally. Right. But does it matter what nowadays to say the word fucking anything? I mean anything. Blue Dream, let's fucking say it. It doesn't fucking matter anymore, because who grew it?
Verano's got Mag Landrace again.
Well, so my question is, and somebody came to me and said, well, I want to know how Blue Dream of back in the day used to be indica, but Blue Dream of now is sativa. And I said, exactly. That's the whole fucking point. And it's not of back in the day and now. There is a consistency of terpenoid value, right? Limonene and myrcene tend to be two heavily fucking dominant components of this plant. When we throw a little bit of myrcene and linalool together, we go, oh, indica. When we throw a little bit of limonene and fucking pinene together, we go, oh, fucking sativa, right? Or whatever it is, caryophyllene. I don't know which one fucking that leans. It's in all of them. That's my whole fucking point. When I'm like, well, which way does it lean? What the fuck does that even mean, right?
Yeah.
There are some properties of this plant that you will get a little bit elevated energy production, a little bit more inflammation reduction, but it all comes in a package, right? This is this entourage effect. This is this whatever we talk about. It's entourage because there's still fucking limonene, there's still myrcene, there's still linalool, there's still beta caryophyllene. But in what abundance? And that's just typically it is just in what abundance. And so that matters. But scientifically, when we talk about what cannabis can do as a medicine, how much further can we advance this plant to be doing something? And we want it to be this cure-all, this end-all, be-all. Let it be what it is first, right? Let it be a symptomatic alleviant. Let it be something that gives people general comforts. And who fucking cares to explain it any more than that? You use it for what you want to use it for. I'll use it for what I want to use it for. And we can both go on our journeys however we want. We can go to a dispensary to figure out if we like it. We can go to a gas station to figure out if we fucking like it nowadays. It doesn't really fucking matter. Cannabis at some point is cannabis. The hemp plant at some point is hemp. I don't know that there is much more that is going to come out of the plant. We already have probed it, and we know what it can do. literally crossbred it 1 billion fucking times, and we've seen every different thing. And listen, might you get a little bit sweeter thing with this one or a little bit whatever? Yes. Is it new to cannabis? Unfortunately, no. Somebody else somewhere is doing a lot of these things. And can you try to make something new flavor-wise or whatever? And I see people playing with, what is it? The different terpene, but the different ferments and the different whatever. The
Yeah.
flavors are fucking phenomenal. The nose on these things is fucking phenomenal. The way that these plants are being grown now, especially in home, it's unfucking real, right? You guys are killing the fuck out of it. But it's still just cannabis at some point.
Yeah.
Grow some good shit, and then you know, that's it. Hey, listen, grow some bad shit, because back in the fucking early 2000s, that's when I started consuming cannabis. And even the late 90s and pre that,
Yep.
cannabis was all some fucking brick weed with a bunch of fucking seeds in it.
When I started smoking weed in probably 1994, 95, there was no fucking hydro.
No.
Not really. You could maybe get some Maui Wowie from Hawaii, which is when I graduated high school in 1997. That's what we smoked. My homie was like, "Hey, buddy, come over." We sat in his non-running Volkswagen Bug, old school one.
Oh yeah.
And he opened up a can from Hawaii of Maui Wowie, and that's what we smoked. And that was the best weed I had ever smoked right then. But it was all fucking brick weed and seeds and crappy.
We got fucking super treated. Genuinely, we
Until
got treated super well.
96, 97, when it was more widely available, we had a little bit more of a hookup. You know what I mean? We could go get that, 3060.
3060s, you nailed it.
You
That
know
was
what
the
it
next
is.
evolution. We got some
3060s.
3060s, which was just less condensed, less.
It was more
compact,
green. It was more green. It was
less seeds.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
A little bit more green.
Oh, it does give me a little bit more some.
Got
I remember
some
the first
crystals.
time I put my nose into a bag of something and went, "Wow, this smells like Christmas."
Right.
And it was just
stanky.
pining, fucking stank, funk, whatever. And the guy said, "Yeah, that's dro."
Yep.
And I went, "Man, that is cool as fuck." And he was a thug too. This guy was cool as shit. I like him still. I no problem, whatever. Fucking, but I was a young guy, didn't know much about life at all. Went in and he had a pistol on the table and a bag of weed, and I was like, "Ooh, I don't like being here." And then I found that weed, and I was like, "Oh, I like being here." And then I found out, and I was like, "Man, you gotta be the nicest guy in the fucking world.
Yeah.
Why, like, what's up with the gun situation?" He's like, "Oh, well, and well then, as time's gone on, everybody is calm the I don't even know where this person lives in life anymore, to be quite honest with you. But, yeah, man, there was just a different time back then. We were in a way different time.
Man, we used to have to go from Yorkville all the way to the fucking east side of Aurora, almost fucking like Mokerville.
Oh, and then, bro,
just to get weed.
And the terrifying drive home.
Oh, God, because it was so smelly.
Bro, so true story. Actually, I got pulled over once. We had bought some brick weed. Me and my buddy found a guy, and he sold us one brick of weed for $400, which back then.
God damn.
Right.
A whole brick?
Whole brick of weed.
God damn.
So we came back and we were smoking. We're like, damn, this is actually really good.
Yeah.
I wonder what this guy will do if we could get a couple of those things, just so we never run out of weed. We weren't even thinking about it. It was just like, it's so cheap, it's so whatever. But we felt scared. We were terrified. We went and bought 3, and he said, "Meet me in the parking lot at the Jewel." And I said, "This is sketchy. I don't know about this, bud." And my buddy was like, "No,
on Lake?
No, up on fucking 30 in
Douglas.
Yep. And all right, I grabbed the shit. I throw it in the fucking trunk. It was three bricks. They were literally. I call them bricks because they came in tinfoil.
And that was probably back when
was
like Kmart was across the street, right?
Yeah, 100%. It was mushed of some weed. It was compact like a literal brick. We had to like break it off.
Yeah.
We ground up everything and then sold it as ground up broken shit, whatever. And then we took all the keef, bro. We were like drug lords, dude. But no, we were fucking kids. We were just fucking smoking our weed and shit. And we had this thing called the cowbell, packed about an eighth. We smoked that fucker out of a gas mask all the time, you know? Just dumb young kid shit. But we bought them 3 pounds. I threw them into my trunk and got pulled over on the way home.
You get caught? No? Thank God. Thank God that stuff wasn't smelly.
Listen to this one. So we oh, that tastes amazing.
Terp Wizard
damn.
out of Michigan.
Holy
love that guy.
fucking but Jesus. So yeah, I had this car that my I was a kid. My mom bought me the car from one of her coworkers, whose mom was like going into a home.
Yeah. One of those.
Bought me a car for $1.
Oh, nice.
When I opened the trunk of the car, there was like all kinds of like, I don't know, like Beanie Babies and fucking blankets and fucking whatever.
And you weren't gonna move that stuff.
I was like, oh, that's kind of gross, you know. Like I was like, all right, someday I'll clean it out or whatever.
Right.
So my buddy was over and he's like, all right, let's go do the thing. And I was like, all right, but I don't really want to put shit in this trunk, bro. And he was like, I'll clean it out for you. He's like, and then I don't know how high we were, but he was like, I got a great idea. Let's fucking, it was like raining that day. He's like,
Right.
Let's open the fucking thing. Let's let it rain in there, get real gross. And then we'll just pull the fucking thing up and we'll put shit underneath it. So like whatever. And I was like, I don't know why that sounds so good to me right now, but it does. And fucking, I don't know if the trunk had like a broken seal, so it was already gross in there a little bit. But yeah, we let it get real nasty in there. And I swear to you guys, it's a true story. Cops open the fucking car. They're searching the shit. They open up the trunk. The dude looked at it and he was like, holy fuck, that is gross. And I went, I know I bought the car for $1 from an old lady and I never cleaned the trunk out. And he was like, ew, you should fucking clean that. And then he closed the trunk with the 3 pounds of weed in the fucking
nice.
trunk. And fucking my boy's
eyes.
Kendall
County, you got bucked.
Yeah. My boy was sitting right next to me. His eyes got like this fucking big. He's like, we just got away with it.
Nice.
Yep. So, but then, yeah. I mean, now that fucking we're allowed to fucking do the thing and shit, like, it's so easy for me to just stay within my limitations.
Right.
I don't need fucking all this weed. I don't need the fact that, I don't know, I don't smoke as much as I used to either.
Yeah, after you took your tea break, you have like really calmed down.
I calmed way down.
Which is good, because you're not so, take 100 milligram edible, smoke a donut hole, you'll be fine.
Yeah, I never necessarily...
Build up your tolerance, bitch.
I never was that necessarily, especially when talking outwardly, but for me personally, I definitely had a broken tolerance.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, you definitely get to that place where you're like...
This isn't doing anything for me anymore. It's not... And like... It keeps me at a constant hum.
Yeah.
Right? Like
Well, that's what I always say. I
little...
like to get a little bit elevated. I like to take off, and then I like to coast.
Yeah.
I don't like to over-medicate.
Just a little gentle coast, and I'm good. You know?
Yeah.
But, no, I don't know. I don't know, man. As far as this goes, I would just love to see fucking cannabis turn back into something where you don't have to feel guilty about it.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck?
Well, that's why we should continue to refer to cannabis dispensaries as coffee shops instead of comparing it to alcohol or bars, because it's not an alcohol or bar. It is more like a coffee shop, because coffee shops are at the center of every town, and it's where communities are built.
I would give you it's
retail, more like craft coffee.
To a degree, I'm just
saying that's how we should refer to it as.
100%, but
that's
even
how we
for
change
me, it's
the
almost a
narrative.
craft pharmacy.
Yeah,
right. Like
sure.
in a certain degree, because I don't care if you're prolonged use of cannabis; it's medical use. I've said it a million times. I'll say it again, but I just think that there is, if we treated this more respectfully, both as the consumer and the portrayer of this thing, and we made it, I don't know, man, like there's so much like, it's almost like people are trying to make it more fun in a degree, if that makes sense. They're trying to game it up and toy it up and whatever, because
they're
that's
trying to
easier.
market it in a certain way so that they can syntax it. I mean, because that's really what it is. The next step right now is that the next step in the rescheduling process for the White House Office of Management and Budget to review the rule. If approved, it would go to public comment before potentially being finalized. Let me tell you, it's May. There's a fucking election in November. Probably not happening this year. Probably very, very little. This is just a process.
Do you understand?
And it's not going to legalize it regardless.
I'm literally telling you guys, go watch the fucking press conference really quick. The lady asked one question about what the president was going to do for rescheduling cannabis. The press secretary literally comments back, "This has been his stance for a long time. We already know." The person says, "Can you guarantee that the DEA is going to reschedule it to Schedule 3? And she says, "I have no comment on that. You would have to ask them personally. We don't have a comment on that." And literally, go listen to it.
Yep.
That somehow got twisted and prompted up into this idea that now I have people walking in to a cannabis dispensary saying, it just got rescheduled.
Well,
like
that's because
the game of telephone has gotten so far misconstrued. Just hear us out when we're saying it is not getting rescheduled, not before the president election.
Right.
Because if he does that, then he's no longer needed. If he runs on the idea that this is what he's going to do,
right,
then he might be able to score a few extra votes, right? Because this is nothing more than a tug of war, pick my side versus your side.
Mm-hmm.
And if you fell for picking a side, you fell for it.
Yep.
All right. Who cares? This is going to happen regardless if there's a single individual president there, or if the Congress does it, or if the DEA figures their shit out. This is the motion, and this will happen no matter what.
Follow the money. Like we've reported before, Chuck Schumer, Senate Majority Leader, super anti-marijuana. Now he is in with the marijuana companies. He's a part owner, and now he is all for it.
He is the number one front-running leader in any bit of politics of any part of government for cannabis reform. He's the number one. He does it a lot more for he calls it literally the tax. Mm-hmm. Fucking whatever. Mm-hmm. He wants this thing to be taxed, and so that
because we've done it, and now more states are moving their laws to be more like Illinois.
Well, and then if he gets to regulate the taxation, he gets that double dip thing where he gets the money from benefiting from owning the companies, and he gets that tax money because people be fucking you know what I mean? Them politicians with the fat
lobbying
pockets.
dollars. That's
we make $200,000 a year, or
$178,000.
But all of a sudden, fucking we're multi-millionaires.
Yeah, multi-millions.
How that happens is Hey, anyway, that's another topic for another day. But this shit is happening. But it's not happening now. It's not maybe going to happen in the near future. I think that people will talk about this over the next few months. It's now. I think what happened was this was the stir the shit up.
Yep.
Get it up in the fucking air.
It's just the next step, and then everybody takes that next step. This was going to happen regardless because the process is in motion.
But now that everybody's talking about it, this guy gets to literally say for the next few months, while everybody's figuring out who they want to decide to be on whose team, I'm going to vote for that old crony, and no, that's my crony. I like him better. Whenever you're going through that process, literally both people, all the people, doesn't matter who the people are, they're literally going to run on this idea that fucking cannabis should be reformed. And I've been saying it forever. Everybody has to mention it when they're talking about it. 57% of the United States adults fucking use this thing within the last calendar month.
Yep.
I'm just saying there's a good chance that fucking, or within the last calendar year, whatever the fuck
Yeah.
it is, the statistic, we have a good chance that some people are going to start to go, oh, I like cannabis. I'll vote for old Tickle Dick.
Yep.
Yeah, whatever. They're all just cronies, y'all. Just be aware this is a real thing, and it'll happen, but not today.
Just remember that your state, your government, when things actually need to happen, when they say, oh, we're going to shut down, every time they need to do a budget, both sides come together. Your state can actually change things if they want to. Your government can change things for the better if they want to. And check out next week's episode for some cool proposed amendments that actually look like they're going to happen. As we've been talking about, there is some movement this year in Illinois to change some of the laws for the better, I believe. And you should check out next week's episode, because we're going to go over those proposed amendments, and we're going to tell you how much cooler it will be in Illinois to have your medical card.
And we're even going to hit record on the microphones at the
so you get the
beginning.
whole thing. That sounds great.
Sheesh.
Sorry about that. But it's cool. We're doing 2 episodes today, so.
Boom. I'm going to look the exact same next week, too.
He
You're
is.
going to be like,
I'm going to change my shirt.
Did you?
Yeah, I'm going to change my shirt.
I only wear
Hey,
black shirts. Anyway.
Fucking Moonrock Matt, baby. Check out Moonrock Matt. And love that dude. Had a lot of fun at the Cinco de Ohio this weekend.
Oh,
hanging out with
Cinco de
Tank,
Ohio. Oh.
hanging out with Josh from Elite Cut Genetics.
Nice.
Uncle Mike.
Squad.
Fucking Squad was there.
Squad.
Check out the Glass show that's coming.
Yeah.
That might be this week when this comes out. Check it out. It's going to be super fun.
They almost got the tee right there.
Tee-hee.
Right. Yeah, they almost got it.
Cool. Well, let's see how this episode comes out, and we'll see you on the next one.
Oh, if you're this far and you haven't hit like and subscribe and drop a comment, bye. Do that.
Yeah,
bye.
do
Love
that.
you.
We love you all. Smoke weed every day.
Every day.
Peace.
Yo, ding dong, we're done here. Time to go.